Hello, scale modelers. Alrighty, so we have a good issue this week around. Issue 68. Alright. Build the X-Wing. Electric motor and gearbox. Starfighter Aces Santa Staros. Alright. Alright, so we get to build the motor housing, and actually, and taking care of the gearing. So, got quite a few parts in this week, and let's see, assembling the gearbox, they have 31 steps for that. And fitting the motor is another 11, so this is going to be a fun little video, or fun week of parts building. So, at least we really get to build something that's actually for the X-Wing. Or I should say part of the X-Wing, and not something that's just for the X-Wing. Alright, so put the motor up there for now. Alright. Take all these things out, and there's no parts left in the bag. Okay, and then we have our box of gears and our spindles. And look at that! A new screw, XW08. And then we got our plastic housings and whatnot there. Okay, electric motor and gearbox. This issue's components include an electric motor and a set of 9 gears that reduce the high-speed rotation of the motor enough to make the wings open realistically slowly. All the parts provided fit into the gearbox, which will be housed in the rear part of the fuselage. Alright, so assembling the gearbox. Although the gears are all a similar size and do a similar job, they have 4 different arrangements of teeth, so it's important to get the right ones in the right places. Okay, step 1. Get the housing and your 4 spindles. Alright. And okay, so step 1. Start with the thick spindle, which goes in this hole at the end. Alright, yeah, so there are actually 3 spindles the same size, and then you have 1 spindle that is thicker than the others. So step 1. Step 2. Okay, so we got the casing, we got the spindle. So step 3 is press the spindle in all the way. Alright. Step 4, fit a thin spindle into the next hole. So there we go for that one. And step 5 is press the spindle all the way in. And yeah, they're going as far down as they are, so I don't really need to press it. Step 6 is fit the other 2 spindles in the remaining holes as shown. Well, that one might need to be pushed in. Nope, that's even. Right there. Alright. Step 7 is the tops of the spindles shall all be level. Alright, so step 8, we're taking out the gears. Where's my... there it is. Alright, so taking out the gears. All different sizes. Alright, take these 8 gears, leaving out the small driving pinion for now, because this one is for the motor. So I'll put up there. Alright, step 9. These 6 reduction gears are identical. each with a small center hole and a small inner cog. These gears are used in steps 10 through 21. So we're not using that one or that one, so it's those 6. Alright, slip one of them onto this end spindle with the small cog uppermost. Alright, so we're putting that onto there, which step 11 is make sure the gear goes all the way down. Step 12, take an identical reduction gear and fit it onto the next spindle this way up. Alright, step 13, slide it down the spindle so that the larger cog meshes with the smaller one and the gears from steps 9 and 11. Alright, so step 14, fit another gear onto the first spindle the same way up. Got it. Step 15, slide it down the spindle so that the larger cog meshes with the small one on the gear from steps 12 and 13. Taken care of. Step 16, fit another gear to the second spindle the same way up. Okay, and that nicely went into the teeth grooves all by itself. And step 17 is okay, just making sure it goes all the way down and blah blah blah. Okay, so step 18, put another one on this side. Okay. And step 19 is, oh yeah, make sure that goes all the way down. Alright, step 20 is put the 6th and final gear into the second spindle, just like that. Alright, in 21, making sure that it goes all the way down. Yep. Okay, 22, one of the 2 remaining gears has a small center hole and a large inner cog. This is the intermediate gear. Okay, so that's going to be this one. And you can't really see it. There. Alright. Step 23. Slip the intermediate gear onto the third spindle with the... I'm thinking that's a typo, because it says smailed cog uppermost. I don't know what a smailed is. Is it supposed to be smalled or small? I'm thinking maybe that's a typo or something, because I've never seen that word in my life. If that does actually happen to be a real word, yeah, somebody can get into the comments and let me know. Alright, and there we go. That's on there. And step 24 is making sure it goes all the way down. And step 25, the remaining drive gear has a larger hole to fit the spindle at the end of the gearbox. Alright, which is this one right here. Alright, so go, okay. See, now this one is more of a press fit style gear. So, alright, step 26, make sure it goes down with the other things. Okay, so step 27. Take the gearbox cover and 4 of the XW08 screws provided. Okay, that's the cover. And we'll just open up the bag of the screws. Alright. Alright, so all 8 are out. Or not all. Are there 8? Oh, sorry. Okay, all 8. The XW8 screws. Alright, so 28. Carefully line up the 4 projecting spindles with the mounting holes in the gearbox cover. Okay, and this is going to be this way. Okay, and step 29, press the cover onto the spindles, taking care not to dislodge them or the gears. Okay. And step 30, press the gear cover all the way onto the gearbox so it fits flush. It is. Step 31, screw the cover into place, which I'm probably going to need this one because I don't think this one will, I don't know, let's find out. Let's find out if this will actually go all the way down in there. And it actually does. Okay. This one will definitely go down. But I'm surprised that the screw actually comes to the bottom of where it needs to go into this hole. Literally, maybe with like a millimeter or millimeter and a half of space left. Alright, and then I think it was this one. This hole right here that I still needed to do. Yep. Alright. Screws are in. Nice and tight. Alright, so that completes the assembly of the gearbox. The projecting cog visible here will turn at a very low speed to actuate the wings. Alright, so fitting the motor. Alright, so there we go. We got the motor, we got the housing for the motor, and the cog for the motor. Okay, so fit the small driving pinion to the motor, then attach the assembly to the gearbox so that the motor will drive the reduction gears. Alright, so we have step 1. Got the gearbox, got the housing, got the cog, got the motor. Alright, so go and take that out of that. Alright, step 2. Start with the electric motor and the small driving pinion. Step 3. Fit the pinion onto the motor's drive shaft. Okay. Step 4. It is intentionally a tight fit, so press it onto the shaft using the work surface. Okay. Using the work surface A. Alright, well I got most of the way pushed in with just using my my thumb. But yeah, I will have to use the work surface for the rest of it. Of course, I don't want to damage that. So I might have to what can I use? Can I use anything at all? Alright, I might have to go through my drawers here to see if I can find anything, because I don't want to damage this. Don't want to damage that. Oh, here we go. I can try using this. Of course, that's flexible, so man, that's not really working. Okay. Because it says that it's supposed to be flush. So, alright. I don't think I have anything up here hard enough to, hold on. Okay. I got something. I got something. Might not be a hard surface to push down by hand, but I got something that'll work. Alright. And this just needs to be pushed down just a little bit, so... Okay, no, I need the next setting down. Okay. So there we go. So, very, very lightly, just squeezing this. There we go. It's as flush as it's gonna get. And if you notice, it didn't mark up the motor at all. So, it's all good. Alright. So, yeah, step 5, the outer face of the pinion should be flush with the end of the drive shaft, which we got. Alright, and step 6 is fit the pinion into the hole near the end of the gearbox with the wires on the motor facing the main body of the gearbox. So, line it up like that. Alright, step 7. Press the motor into the gearbox. The pinion needs to mesh with the reduction gear for it to go all the way in. Okay. You can turn the arrow or the arrowed gear if you need to move the teeth into the right position. Yep, well, I tried doing that and they are not moving. Okay. They are not moving. So the only real thing to do which I can't tell if this thing is clipping in or if it's nicking the gears. Alright. That went in better. Okay. Alright, so step 8, take the motor mount and fit it over the motor this way around, leading the motor wires up through the middle of the mount. Okay, fit the slot down there, make sure that's in there like that, and then we just take one of the XW08s and screw that into place. Yep, so I ended up skipping a couple of steps there. So, with the cover, it literally just said make sure that goes into the slot down there. And then put that in there to line it up, and then put the screw in. Now, Okay, I wanna check something here. I wanna see if maybe this fits in. It does, but obviously it needs more power to move. So, and I do got the batteries in there, but just got to remember that it's supposed to be 4 AAAs that end up powering all this. So, okay, so that motor works. So, I guess the issue is in here. So, I am going to open this back up, and I'm going to try to figure out why these gears are not turning when they're supposed to be turning. Alright, so I'm going to figure that out off camera. And I think that was my screwdriver that fell. And it was. And I don't know where the heck it went. Okay. Well, anyway. There we go for that. Alright, so yeah, just always make sure. I would, honestly, test the motor first to see if it runs. So you know in advance that the motor actually runs, and then you find out that your gears aren't turning the way that they're supposed to be turning. That means that, you know, you have something's the issue inside with the actual gears themselves. Alright, so coming in issue 69, Shooting the Y-Wing, Cockpit Close-Ups, Han Solo, Rebel and Racer. Alright, Rear Fuselage Assembly plus Wing Mechanism Support. Ooh, sounds like we're actually going to be doing something with the black piece in issue 69, so month 18. Wow, so it looks like we got a little bit of work to do. Alright, so until then, as always, thanks for watching Brian's Builds.